Okay, Mr. Phobes here. Uh, I'm going to show you how we're going to achieve these radial patterns. Um, this is the 3-axis 60 degree, this is the 4-axis 45 degree, and this is the 5-axis 72 degree. So I'm going to go show you how we're going to accomplish this. There's going to be two videos. One is going to show you how to create the motif, and the other one is how to create the radial patterns. So we need to start off in Photoshop, and what we want to do is open up the, I have to go to my desktop here, uh, the scanned image that we took. And I had brought it in like this. One of the first things I'm going to need to do is, if it's not in a vertical orientation, is I need to rotate it. So I'm going to go to image rotation, and I'm going to go 90 degrees counterclockwise. Okay. If you don't want to see the little grid here, just go view and then deselect extras. Okay. What we do want showing up here is we want to make sure that when we go to Windows that we have layers selected. We're going to make sure that your tools are selected and the application frame is selected. The other thing is we should be in essentials. We don't need to be in any of these. We want to be in essentials. This is going to be just fine for us. Okay. The other thing is we want to make sure the snap is set. We go to snap and then go snap to document bounds. All right. Okay. Um, you might want to have your rulers open. So go view and select rulers. And we can see that this image, if we go to the image size, and it's about almost 2 3/4 inches by 4 inches. What I want to do is I want to crop this so it's about a 1 to 2 ratio. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the crop tool, and I'm going to set it at a resolution of 2 inches. I'm sorry, a size of 2 inches by 4 inches by 300 resolution. All right. Um, if your image came in at 3 inches, maybe you do 1.5 by 3, just as long as it's a 1 to 2 ratio. Okay. Now, having done this before, I know that I need a motif that doesn't have this much negative space in the center. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate it kind of like this. And I also want to leave, for this pattern, I want to make sure there's negative space all the way around this. You're going to see why here in a minute. Um, I think there may be a little bit too much negative space in here, but overall this is going to work just fine. So I'm going to hit enter, and I'm going to go file, save as, save to my computer. I've set up a folder for this because we're going to get quite a few studies in here. So made a folder called Radial Studies. I'm going to call this, because I've already made several half motifs, I'm going to call this half motif, or I'm going to call it half radial. And this is going to be number 3 because I've already done some. Right now, what I want to do though is I want to save this as a TIFF. And the reason I want to do that is that's uncompressed, and it's going to leave it at the highest resolution possible. Uh, and So rather than saving it, we'll save it as a JPEG towards the end, but right now we're going to save it as a TIFF. Okay, so we're going to go save. Okay, now I need to make a new file that's going to be twice this size, so it's going to be 4 by 4. So I'm going to go File, New, and since I've done this, I've already got it in my custom presets. If you want to create one, let's set it up. Let's work in print, and then set it up for 4 inches by 4 inches, and then at 300. So since I already have this set, I don't want to create a new one. So I'm going to go up to my presets. Won't let me see it right now. So I'm going to go File, New. There's my presets, and I'm just going to do that. Okay, and then I'm going to hit Escape to get out of the crop tool. So now I'm going to go, and again, I want to make sure that my snaps and snap to document bounds are set. So I'm going to go File, Place Embedded, and I'm going to place one of these half studies. I think I'll go ahead and place this one. All right, and then I'm going to move it, and you'll see it'll snap right to the edge. That's important. I'm going to hit Enter to place it, hit Escape, and then go to the Selection tool, Option, Copy, Drag, Snap, and then I'm going to go Edit, Transform, and I'm going to go Flip Horizontal. All right, and then I'm going to go I'm going to go Layer, I'm going to go Flatten Image, I'm going to go File, Save As, and I'm going to call this one Radial Motif 3. And whoops, I don't want a special character in there. And I'm going to save it as a TIFF again. I'm going to save it. Okay, and that's it for making the motif. Okay, I'll see you in the next video.